Hi everybody, this is Tiffany Roberts, and for those of you that don't know me, I am known as the Oily Doc. Let me give you a little bit of a background on me before we get started. I have a master's in nutrition. I am a certified functional medicine practitioner. My husband and I are both working on our PhDs in clinical nutrition. My husband and I have a holistic medicine clinic here in Prairie Village, Kansas, where we help hundreds of people with chronic issues along with acute issues. We incorporate in those treatments lifestyle, nutrition, and healthy relationships. We strive to educate everyone on natural approaches to health, and we seek to share the truth and maybe give you options that you may not have already known. So you can see that natural healing is definitely a passion of mine. I have a 3-year-old beautiful daughter, and I have 3 wonderful stepchildren, 2 fur babies, a chameleon, and lots of lizards. So we have a very full house, very busy house, and it's very happy. Do me a favor if you would, like this post and share it on your timeline, because the more people that are exposed to this have a better option of holistic and natural treatments for different issues. Let's talk about a couple disclaimers before I begin. A Moment with the Oily Doc is not supported by the FDA and not used for the intention of diagnosis or treatment. The information that I will be providing is strictly for information and education only and can be controversial. You should consult your physician before starting any regimen. Also know that I'm not telling you to get off your medication, because medication should be monitored and weaned off properly. So you should consult your physician with that. If you don't have a physician that will help you with that, please contact our office at functionalmedicinekc.com. Each session we will cover different topics in hopes of educating you on different issues and how to approach them. Before we get started, I want to share with you my goal for these sessions. And basically that is education. That is my passion, is to educate different options, because I feel that the more educated you are, the more power you have over your health, and that's very important today. So today's goal is to get down to the truth, to provide you with inspiration, and that to let you know that you were meant for a life of purpose, wellness, and abundance. So like the link below and share on your timeline. So today we will be discussing hormones and what causes the imbalances, the effects of chemicals on our hormones, cosmetics, cleaning supplies, and what products can help support a healthy hormonal function. So let's get down to it. My husband and I research a lot of different reviewed articles, and most of those are available for you to view, but they can be overwhelming. So the first one that I want to talk about discusses folate deficiency, and that's associated with a natural history of higher risk of human papillomavirus, the HPV virus, by improving folate, not folic acid. Folic acid is just one small molecule of the whole plant-based folate, okay? You need the whole plant to make that folate. It's very important, not just folic acid. That's just one part of it. It's not going to get it. So, folate, if you improve that, the status in at risk of getting infected or already infected with the HPV virus may have a beneficial impact in preventing cancer. And you can find that on PubMed, December 1st, 2004. Let's talk about birth control. These have a significant side effect, such as heart attack, stroke, embolism, cancer, DNT, and blood clots. Those are pretty major. I encourage you to read the book called The Pill. You can find it on Amazon, and it's very eye-opening and gives you a lot of information. So go to Amazon and look for the book called The Pill. And we'll cover more about this in a minute. So women tend to play off their symptoms as, oh, it's just my hormones. I'm tired. Oh, it's just my hormones. I have a headache. Oh, it's just my hormones. But is it really? Is it something else? Okay. Symptoms you experience could be apprehension, depression, you crave sweets, you worry, unrealistic fears, inability to concentrate, short attention span, dizziness, mental cloudiness, sleepiness until noon, inability to sleep at night, double vision, fatigue. The list can go on and on. Is it really your hormones, or is it hypoglycemia? Depressed blood sugar problems are common in individuals who have a family history of diabetes or alcoholic relatives. So if you have a history of that, you have a very good chance that it could be hypoglycemia. Increase your good fats. I'm talking avocados, eggs, coconut oil, grass-fed meats, grass-fed butter. Increase those. Increase your protein and take out all of your carbohydrates and sweets. Eat paleo and ketogenic, and you'll see that a world of difference it'll make. Do you have a problem with acne? Predisposing factors of subclinical staph bacterial infections. That is the reason of a acne issue. Insulin resistance or increased refined carbohydrate diet. You could be zinc deficient. You could be vitamin A or E deficient. You could have bowel imbalances, bowel flora imbalances. You could have yeast or food allergies. All of these cause acne issues. So let's talk about your pituitary. This gland is so overlooked, yet it's a very vital to your hormones. There is an anterior part and a posterior part. In the posterior part, the pituitary controls two hormones, your oxytocin and your ADH. That's in your adrenals. In the anterior part, it controls 6 hormones. That's TSH, ACTH, follicle stimulating hormone, growth hormone, prolactin, endorphins. If you have an imbalance in any of these hormones, it's caused by either an under-functioning pituitary or an over-functioning pituitary. It's important to get that checked out. If you are suspecting any of that, please contact our office, functionalmedicinekc.com, and we'll be very happy to assist you in that. Some signs of pituitary problems: you have lack of growth in children, migraines around your period, stomach ulcers, secondary thyroid problems, pituitary tumors. The pituitary talks to your thyroid, so that's very important. You need to have a healthy pituitary in order to have everything else healthy. You can't medicate a thyroid and think everything's going to be hunky-dory. You can't do that. You must support the pituitary in order for all of these hormones to function properly. Thyroid hormones are profound effects on many physiological processes such as development, growth, metabolism. If a pregnant mom has thyroid issues during pregnancy, you can guarantee that later in life that child will have a thyroid issue. Okay, so it's very important to be very healthy and have a proper functioning thyroid while you're pregnant. If your TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone on your blood test, is below the optimal range of 2.0 and you're experiencing hypothyroid symptoms, it is a pituitary problem and secondary thyroid. So you can't treat the thyroid and think it's going to be all good. You have to treat that pituitary in order for the thyroid to start functioning properly. So what causes thyroid issues? Lots of different things. Your GI tract, you could have candida issues, gluten intolerances. Your environment can affect that. You've got halogens, chlorides, PCBs, estrogens, foods, cosmetics. This is a different topic. Your containers that you use. You could be nutritionally deficient in selenium or iodine. Those are two. You'll see in a minute how important those two things are. You're immune. Viruses love to attack the thyroid. Okay, so all of these can affect a thyroid. So knowing what it is very important. Knowing what's causing this issue is very, very important. What are signs of hypothyroid? You could be depressed, constipated, difficulty losing weight. You have dry skin, you have headaches, fatigue, memory loss, menstrual problems, reoccurrent infections, you're sensitive to cold. Your morning energy is your thyroid. So if you're low on energy in the morning, you have a thyroid issue. If you, in the afternoon, it's your adrenals. So if your energy is low in the afternoon, you have an adrenal issue. If you have both, if you're low on energy at both times, you have a thyroid and an adrenal issue, and you must treat the adrenals along with the thyroid. Okay? If you just treat the thyroid, you're going to crash. Okay? You're not supporting the proper systems of the body. The body is so complicated, and it must be treated properly. Having a TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, out of the optimal range of 2.0, your risk of miscarriage doubles. So again, thyroid's very important. How do you know if you have underfunctioning adrenals? You can have hypoglycemia, you have low blood sugar, you fall asleep but can't really sleep, you're fatigued, you have chronic illness, dizziness, you crave salt, irregular cycles, infertility, and allergies. Your body must have selenium and iodine in order to properly process the thyroid. And I guarantee most of you out there right now are deficient in both. What does it look like? Okay, you have a compromised immunity. You have cardiovascular issues. Decreased selenium levels are associated with diminished deiodination of T4 to T3. So basically, if you don't have enough selenium, your body cannot convert your T4 to your T3, which is the active part of the body. T3 is your active source in the body. You can't convert it properly. If your total T3 is reduced with a normal TSH level, then you're deficient in selenium. So how do you know if you're deficient in iodine? Iodine deficiency is a problem worldwide, okay, mainly due to soil depletion. Iodine deficiency is a leading cause of preventable mental retardation worldwide, okay? Everybody should be taking a really good, wholesome, natural iodine supplement. Iodine insufficiency is subclinical thyroid issues. You have impaired mental function. You have weight gain, fibrocystic breast disease. You have fatigue. You might have a goiter, cancer. If you are deficient in iodine, it causes cancer. There are ways to slow down this process. Okay, chlorine and fluoride push out iodine really fast. So you're taking a shower and you're brushing your teeth, you're putting on your makeup, you are pushing that iodine out every single day. You're not doing yourself any favors by doing all this. How do you stop that? How do you reduce it? Go to Amazon and get a dechlorinator for your shower and for your tubs, okay? This will take the chlorine out and your hair will be nice and soft. Your skin will be awesome and soft, and it will not push that iodine out. Don't use fluoride toothpaste. That is a number one neurotoxin, and it pushes your iodine out. So you're causing more thyroid issue. Get a natural, non-fluoride toothpaste. I love to use my Thieves toothpaste. Sometimes I use Gumjoy. They do have a natural Tom's non-fluoride toothpaste. Make sure it says non-fluoride because there is organic Tom's that does contain fluoride. So make sure you read your labels, okay? This will definitely help reduce that pushing out of the iodine. And also get a Berkey filter with the fluoride filter. We have one for our kitchen counter, and we just pour our water in there. It takes everything out. It takes drug metabolites out. It takes chlorine. It takes fluoride out. And it's reverse osmosis, and that's the safest to cook with and drink with. So again, you're not pushing your iodine out. The female endocrine system is one of the most complex body systems to assess and treat due to the interconnections with other hormones, namely the adrenal and the thyroid hormones. There is also the issue of environmental toxicity, natural influences on hormone metabolites that must be taken into consideration with addressing a hormone imbalance. Insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia are associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver, breast cancer, prehypertension, and PCOS. Okay, insulin problems create hormonal imbalances, so make sure you're eating properly. Too much sugar and carbohydrates really cause a havoc on the body. So how do you know? You have increased cholesterol, increased LDL, decreased HDL, which is your happy cholesterol. You have increased triglycerides, increased glucose, increased ACL. You have an increased insulin. That's how you know if you have insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is a vicious cycle. You eat your bad carbs, your body makes insulin, but your cells resist that insulin. It stores it as fat. You get tired and hungry, so then you grab your bad carbs. So it's a vicious cycle. You need to try to break that, okay? Let's talk about xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are man-made substances that are foreign to the body and have a hormone-like effect, okay? Most of those are estrogen-like effect and are referred to as xenoestrogens. There is a problem with that, that I never recommend hormone replacement nor bioidentical replacement. There are many problems that are including passive transfer, okay? Listen up closely. For anyone that is taking a hormone replacement, I don't care if it's a pill, pellets, it's a patch, or a cream. You put that on your body, it's absorbed into your body, and you're going to start doing passive transfer. Passive transfer is anything like if you touch your child, if you touch your partner, if you touch the counter and they come up and touch it, okay? Anything that is around you that you touch, you are passively transferring all of that hormone to that person or that animal. They didn't ask for it, but you're doing it not knowing that you're doing it. This can make your partner experience an increase in PSA levels and start to have issues with his prostate. So if your partner is starting to have issues with your prostate and you are doing a hormone birth control or hormone replacement, you might start thinking about you could be the cause, okay? There is an increased infertility in both men and women using xenoestrogens. You have a decreased sperm count, estrogen dominance, increased cancer, and weight problems. These are some serious issues. What are common xenoestrogens? Synthetic or bioidentical estrogens or progestins. Medications, plastics, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, PCBs, cosmetics, cleaning supplies, chlorine, solvents. Keep in mind that all American non-organic livestock are fed estrogens to fatten them up. Okay, so every time you eat that non-organic, non-grass-fed meat, you are consuming estrogens. So you're eating what that cow took. Okay, let's talk about mammograms. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine indicated that X-ray mammography screening may save one person out of 2,500. One person out of 2,500. Among those 2,500, at least 1,000 will have false alarms. 500 of those will undergo unnecessary biopsy, and 5 or more would be treated for abnormal findings that would never be fatal. That's something to think about. Instead of mammographies, consider thermographies. It measures heat off the breast, and hot areas can be associated with increased blood vessels and cancer. Okay? Thermography does not expose you to the cancer-causing radiation. So please, I beg you to start looking into thermography. It's very inexpensive. Okay, so how do you know if you're estrogen dominant? Okay, you have bloating, water retention, sweet cravings, irregular periods, breast tenderness, cold hands and feet, mood swings, depression, decreased sex drive, anxiety, anger, memory difficulty, foggy thinking, gallbladder issues, headaches, cramps, infertility, acne, PCOS, insomnia, fat in the abdominal region or the hips. The list can go on and on, guys. Progesterone is a hormone produced in your ovaries and your adrenal glands. One of its main roles is to balance out the estrogen, okay? Its functions are estrogen balance, protects uterine lining, bone growth, increased libido, precursor for all other hormones, and it protects against certain cancers. That's big. How do you know if you're deficient in progesterone? You get PMS, water retention, amenorrhea, bloating, heavy bleeding, depression, clotting, cramping, depression, again, weight gain, endometriosis, osteoporosis, and fibroids. Progesterone is a big deal, guys. How do you optimize your hormone levels? Well, you definitely need to clear out the xenoestrogens. I cannot stress that enough. In order to balance your main hormones. Use glass containers instead of your plastics. See, I have a stainless steel mug. This is what I use all the time. You use that instead of plastics. Switch to non-toxic cleaners. Use stainless steel cookware. I use Thieves Cleaner for everything. I love that. Go to dryer balls and with essential oils instead of your toxic dryer sheets. Those are so toxic for you. Throw away your Glad plugins. I cannot stress that, and I don't want to smell it. Okay, that is such a cancer causer that I'm begging you to throw those out and use a diffuser with essential oils because you get the therapeutic benefits of that. Women apply over 500 chemicals to your body every single day, and 80 of those are before your breakfast. You have your shampoo, your conditioner, your soap, your toothpaste, your lotion, your makeup. You guys are toxifying yourself, and you're causing issues with your body, and you're wondering why. It's all because of what you're using. Let's talk about some oils that can help support proper hormone functioning. For the ladies, I just talked about how important proper progesterone is in the body. If you're looking for something that will naturally support my cells and my body to produce the right amount of progesterone without having harmful passive transfer to my husband, my children, or my pets, I use Progessence Plus. Progessence Plus has been developed by a doctor who specializes in women hormone issues, and he noticed that the women that came into his office all had little to no progesterone. And low progesterone can contribute to hot flashes and night sweats, along with not just progesterone issues, but it also could be subclinical infections of your liver. Okay, so it's important to know which one is causing that issue. The great thing about Progessence Plus is that it is all natural and safe. It does not convert to estradiol. It's very safe for women that have had breast cancer in the past. And let me tell you this. There was a study done in 1981 that showed having normal progesterone levels gives you a 500% decrease in breast cancer. 1,000% decrease in risk of overall cancer. Keep in mind that if you are using a synthetic compound with a synthetic progesterone, this can cause cancer. So you want to make sure that you're doing it naturally. Taking birth control or having any other hormone replacements can have a 200% increase in breast cancer risk. Okay? So make sure that you're using an all-natural plant-based progesterone. Another oil to help balance hormones and decrease negative emotions and feel more peaceful and grounded would be Lady Scleral. It contains several different oils, but the clary sage in it is a great fighter against PMS. I love Dragon Thyme, and I use it often during my dragon time, as you can tell. It contains oils that help with cramping a great deal. It's my lifesaver. I love my Dragon Thyme. It improves mood, it calms the mind, and balances hormones. Another great one that I love to use is Endoflex, and it is a blend to help support a healthy endocrine system. The endocrine system helps regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, libido, and mood. Endoflex supports the pineal and the pituitary glands. I just talked about pituitary, guys, and along with the adrenals. So this can also help benefit your thyroid. There are thousands of research articles that you can find on how essential oils are profound effects. And I encourage you to look on PubMed and look for those because your mind will be blown. It's my job as a mom, a wife, and a holistic practitioner to give you the purest forms of any recommendation that we provide. Through this process, I have researched many different companies over the years, and through that research, I found that Young Living is the highest purity and the highest therapeutic grade available. And this is the only brand that I trust for my family and my patients. If you're interested in learning the therapeutic uses of these oils and how to safely use them and how to start using them, then I encourage you to order your package today. And I have a great deal for you. Go to my website at www.oilydoc.net and look at my hormone supporting package. Okay? It's 50% off. By purchasing your package, you get a full year of wellness coaching from me. You get weekly video conferencing, and it's recorded, and it will be sent to you for replay. We go into depth on certain products, on how to safely use them and use them at home as well. And this is only offered to those that sign up for the package. So go to my oilydoc.net for more information. Join me next week as we will be discussing digestive issues. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Until next time, love yourself, love your life, and love each other.